And we're live.
Okay, hi guys, my name is Pavni, and today we're sitting with Brian Gleason. He is the global CEO of X-Axis. So this is a very casual interview, and we're live on Periscope.
Great.
And people can actually see us talking right now, and they can ask you questions as we have the discussion. First of all, can you tell our viewers a little bit about your company?
Sure.
And what you guys do?
Sure. So Xaxis is the world's largest programmatic audience company. We sit within Group M and WPP. Our mission since our inception back in 2011 was to use data and technology to reach and engage with audiences at scale. So what that really means is we hear tremendous about data in the marketplace. And I think while we hear so much about it, there's still a lot of questions in terms of what do I do, how do I unify it, how do I work with the likes of Facebook, with Google and others to be able to take data across all of those different platforms. And Xaxis sits at the middle of that. We're in 46 different markets globally. We have 1,500 employees, and our revenue, we exceeded $1 billion last year in scaling. Wow. So I'm very fortunate.
Congratulations.
Thank you, I appreciate it. Yeah, we've got a great team.
That's awesome, yeah. So I'll move on to my next question. Thank you so much for that answer.
Sure.
Do you believe that in today's time, is it becoming easier or difficult for businesses to get their target audience?
It's a great question. I think it's easier than it was, say, 10 years ago because there's technology available that tells you who your data is or who your audience is. So if you have something as simple as Google Analytics, right? It'll give you insight off your homepage to be able to understand here's what my audience is. To the advanced applications that we do at Xaxis, which is understanding your audiences at scale, understanding them by different geographic, what their interests are, what their purchasing behavior has been. So is it easier to get data on your audience? Yes. Is it still incredibly challenged to activate that data and to be able to use it in the appropriate way? Absolutely.
Yeah. So before Google Analytics, how do you think how much more difficult this was?
Yeah.
Like what kind of tools did people have? And
yeah, and I wouldn't say Google Analytics is the holy grail, but I think it's one tool that's out there for clients. There's always been insight. I mean, from as simple as it started with, if I was a retailer and someone walked into my store, I'd have a conversation with an individual, right? So I always had that interaction to be able to do it. Then we had different data sets, mailing lists. There's always been data on customers. I think the difference now is their ability to activate on that data with something like digital is much larger than it's ever been. So it opened up an opportunity that hadn't existed before, which is unique.
Yeah, and do you strongly believe that digital is the future?
100%. I think that when we think digital, I think that digital is the ability to deliver a message to a single device, right? So if I think about that, whereas you can customize media, and I believe that customized media is our future. I think that customized messaging is our future. I think as consumers, we'll pick which media we want to be able to interact with, the format that we want to be able to interact with it, and then we'll be able to have, as marketers, specific messaging that we can engage in that conversation. So 100%.
Thank you.
Right, yeah.
So businesses aside, what is something that drives you? What is your passion?
Sure.
As a personality.
As a person?
Yeah, as a person.
What drives me? For me, I've been married to the same person for 20 years now, dated since high school, so it starts with home. Unfortunately, I have 2 great kids, so what drives me is my family, obviously spending time with them. Beyond that, I love to build something, so there's no greater feeling. I take the train into New York City every day from the suburbs. Getting out to be able to go into New York for something you're passionate about is the best feeling in the world. So I love my job, I love the team that I work with, and that gives me the passion that I love. And then outside of that, for fun, I love to be outdoors. Anytime I can get to be able to go for a run, to be able to get outside, regardless of which country I'm in, is something that is a treat.
Have you been to a lot of countries?
Travel quite a bit. So again, it's unfortunate. The challenge is you go to so many places. And for example, here I've been in India. It's my first time to India, and I came the other night. I take from the car. I arrive at 2 a.m. So you go. You don't see anything on the way in. You come to the hotel. I've been in the hotel for the last 48 hours, and then I'll be heading to, I think, Thailand's next. and then on to China. So it's funny, someone's like, okay, well, you get to go to these other places, but I don't get to experience them in
Yeah.
the way that I would want to.
So-
So I get to meet great people
Right.
from all different cultures around the world, but I don't necessarily get to go out as much as I would. I mean, I could, just sightseeing here alone in India would take months, right, to be able to see everything that you would want to be able to
And
see.
to go out to all the
Yeah,
states,
exactly. I can
yeah.
tell you a lot about the conference rooms within the hotel. I don't necessarily tell you
Oh,
much
yeah, that's
beyond
not
it.
the real India.
Yeah,
Let me
no, I
just
know,
tell you.
I know.
Yeah. So you're here in India for 3 days.
Yeah, yeah.
You should come for longer.
I will. I will. I'll try to get more
Yeah,
time next
definitely.
time.
Right. I think that's it for now.
Great.
Right.
Thank
you
you
so much for your time.
Appreciate it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you so much.
Thanks a lot.
You
Yeah.
got it. Cheers.
Thank you.
You bet.